Good morning, everyone. My name is Kuro Asterisk. I have hundreds, that's a low enough number that I'm willing to admit, in Flushed Away, former world record holder also.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ozmourn, and I think Flushed Away is like the best game of all time. It's peak gaming. You saw the awful block earlier, and now this is just like the best game of all time to like contrast with that. And so we have several versions of Flushed Away here on the couch with us. The GameCube version, which is the version that Kuro is playing on. We also have the DS version, which is a completely separate game. And then I will let the next commentator introduce themselves in the next versions.
I'm theoretically Moss. I'm just some dude they found, I guess. I have a PS2 and Game Boy copy.
So, yeah, if you might be looking at the schedule, it's like, wait, I thought Awful Block is over. What's this licensed game based on a 2006 movie where a rat gets flushed down the toilet? But there is no mistake. This GDQ Game Committee certified not awful game. And,
it's peak gaming.
Yeah, I think words could not describe how good it is. I think we just have to start her up. So, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I know, like, haha, funny rat game, rat gets flushed down toilet, but, like, serious? This game is brutal. This is, like, one of the most technical speedruns I run. There is a lot of things. The beginning, the first 3 levels, we refer to it as jail because there's so many risky strats that we do in order to save time. So this is Kensington Apartment. This is before we get flushed down. Looks really nice, but it is filled with kill planes. This is supposed to be a tutorial, so they want you to stay on path, but there is a section once we get on top of the couch, we can very slightly weave through the kill planes and get on the floor. So let's hope that works. There we go. So yeah, there's a bunch of kill planes. Trust me. Like there.
I desperately need everyone to clap for that because he just skipped like 10 minutes worth of content right there.
There is a whole tutorial section teaching you of like what to do. But yeah, now we're going towards the end of the level, and that is the kitchen. We are going to be forming a trick called kitchen skip. It starts with a frame perfect trick, but unfortunately that's the easy part. Oz, do you want to take over?
Yeah, so the death planes in this game are coded very perfectly in the sense that they do kill you, but they are coded imperfectly in the sense that they are not really where they need to be. But Kuro's going to take advantage of that by doing an attack and then canceling the animation at the very end by jumping. This is a frame perfect trick that he's going to try and do a few times, and it would skip the entirety of having to go all around the kitchen here, even though in reality going around the kitchen isn't that long. But at the very end of this animation, once Kuro gains back control, he's just trying to jump again.
We'll give it one more try. Just there's other frame perfect tricks I can fail later. But yeah, so what would happen is if I timed it well, Roddy is considered grounded for just a frame during that attack animation, and you're able to input a jump and be able to jump again as if you were grounded. These Nerf guns would start shooting at you, and if you go through normally like we are now, they go away eventually, but they don't go away if you do jump on the kitchen island. Then once you do that, you need to climb back up the rope and go backwards a bit because you need to load in the end level trigger on the sink. We're gonna try and weave through the kill planes and drop right in. There we go.
Perfect.
All right.
That's great.
That's Kensington.
Woo! Who puts Nerf guns in their house to kill their own pet rat?
Oh,
That's a great question.
You know, this game does take place in London, so maybe that's just an English thing. I don't know.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
You know how British people are, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so here's our hub world, Piccadilly Square. So we get missions from either Socket Set or Charlie Woo. This is Socket Set, and we're going into a jar of flies. This level is supposed to be pretty long. We're supposed to fall into a pipe and then loop back to where we start, and that's the end of it. But we're going to be trying to skip that, so I have to very carefully abuse coyote time, jump under an invisible wall, and land on the pipe so it doesn't break. So this might take a bit. So Kara, do you? Ooh. Okay, So I got trapped. Once, if it starts breaking, you're then trapped by the pipe. And so we're trying to land on the very edge of the pipe and jump to that hole. So in the meantime, how's things looking, Kara?
Things are looking great. People are loving this run already. We've got so many great donations. We have $50 from T Powered, who says, good luck with the run and let's flush cancer away. We also have $10 from Brooke Lonely, who says, this is just like the world ends with you. Good luck, Kuro. Awesome to see you on the big stage.
Thank you, Lonely.
I would argue this game is better than The World Ends With You, actually.
Okay, but is it better than Unicorn Overlord?
Oh, 100%.
Ah, dang.
This is like game of the decade, or the century, actually.
Oh, so it won't compete with anything before the 2000s.
Exactly.
It did win an award. It did win the 2006 Annie for Best Video Game Movie based on an animated film.
Who was in charge of those awards and why are they so based?
Someone who's...
All right, let's
anyway,
go.
How was
Woo.
that?
I also need you to understand that Kuro could have done that 30 more times and it still would have been faster than going through the level.
Yeah, the level like itself takes like 6 minutes, so it is very much worth doing this. So we're going through it backwards. We're going into the fly room to collect our flies, but if you can see, no flies are here yet. So we need to keep going backwards. There's an elevator that we're supposed to take up to get into this room. So we're gonna have to fall in to activate the flies and then climb back up. It's a pretty finicky elevator, just kind of like the ones here. Let's go AGDQ. But anyway, so now that we fell into the elevator, climbed back up, now we collect the flies. So there's 6 flies to collect. Funnily enough, the counter for the flies and how the flies spawn are in different positions. The flies spawn at the bottom of the elevator. The counter and being able to like actually complete the level is at the top. So, you know, fun flushed away things.
Why are you collecting flies?
We are doing a deal with Socket Set. He's gonna give us information, but we're collecting them for the Toad, who will be the antagonist of the game. But yeah, I guess he only needs 6, so works for us. So anyways, now we're going back as the way we came, and that is a jar of flies. So next up, we will be switching to our other main character, Rita Malone. So that was Roddy St. James. Here we're gonna do another frame perfect trick, or at least attempt to. So what we need to do in this level is get to the ship off to the side. We start pretty high up. So if we were to just jump directly onto the ship, we can land there, but we would die to fall damage. However, the attack has another feature. So in addition to being able to give us an extra jump, we can also, if we use an attack right as we land, that will cancel all fall damage, and it'll prioritize doing the animation first. So let's see how it goes. So once this text box pops up, we hop off and... not quite, a bit too early. So how you're supposed to do, you're supposed to go around the building, climb up, and then zip line down, but this does save a bit of time, so it is worth going for this a few times. So in the meantime, hi, Kara.
Hi, Kuro. Can I read some donations?
Of course.
Fantastic. We've got $50 from Honeybird, who says, good luck to Rip Chip on his Dark Forces run, hoping to see all secrets. I am also hoping to see that we are at $4,945.22. We are so close to 5,000, which will get us 1/3 of the way to that $15,000 goal. So let's keep getting those donations marked for that Star Wars Dark Forces incentive. We also have $34 from Colacanis. I hope I'm saying that right. And they say, here's my annual birthday donation, $34 for 34 years. GDQ always brightens up my birthday. Thank you for a wonderful event, less than 3. Happy birthday. Thank you for the donation. Chat, can we get some happy birthdays for Colacanis in the chat, please?
Happy birthday.
Yo, happy birthday.
Yo.
You're free to keep going as well.
Sounds great. We have $25 from CF Haggett.
Oh, there we go. Woo.
Nice. CFHaga says, down with cancer. Awesome job, everyone. Keep doing what you're doing.
So now that we're finally on the boat, we'll enter it, and then we're supposed to do this long water room. It's very vertical, and we're supposed to lower the water level in order to get down to the bottom. However, we have an alternative way of doing it. So we'll climb up on this box. Okay, there we go. Climb up on the box, and then we'll aim for about where the beam is. If we do it right, we get out of bounds. So instead of doing that long vertical section, we just fall through it, grapple back in bounds. So we're below the water, so before the kill plane of the water is there. These rats cannot swim, unfortunately. Our lives would be made much easier if they could. So yeah, that skips just a whole bunch of cutscenes of like moving levers down and everything. So that is about the end of jail. So now we're just good old platforming. Okay.
That's rude.
Yeah, we can get sniped by the slugs. If I'm sure everyone watching is super familiar with the movie, but just in case, these slugs are kind of like the minions, kind of. They're supposed to be the marketable thing. They sing and all that, so kind of like the minions / Alvin and the Chipmunks, if you dare imagine that.
Okay, but is one of them named Dave?
I'm not sure.
Then what's the point?
You're so right.
Alvin. But yeah, so Rita, her main gimmick is using her bungee cord. She can use it as a grappling hook and get to different points. That's her. Ideally, we are able to use that. Rita is very slow in the air compared to Roddy. Her airspeed is about half that of Roddy's, so she feels very sluggish if you're used to playing as the pampered mouse. Here is one of the few instances where RNG can matter in the run. As you can see, there's a little opening there that gets us through, so we have to... we think it's a global timer. We're not sure how to exactly manipulate it, but so it is just a little time loss if we get unlucky as we did there. But now we have to go through the steam rooms. These steams, the hitboxes are really dangerous. They will just continually knock you back, which either will combo you or send you off the edge. So we're going to do a little funky thing. Rita has really good eyes, and she's able to hit grapple points even if there's collision and stuff. So we do make use of that whenever possible. But yeah, this is just a pretty standard. We have a lot of options for descending, but we don't have any tech for horizontal movement, so from like point A to point B. So maybe we can hear another donation message in the meantime.
I would love to give you another donation message. We have $25 from Zionaut, who says, had to donate because seeing the words flushed away in the schedule made me do a complete double take. Played this so many times on GameCube as a kid, but it's such a fever dream now. I don't even remember if it was good or not. Either way, amazed to actually see this at the marathon and excited to see this run. Also, good luck to the runners, and let's all help to prevent cancer.
Thank you. Yeah, you did remember that this is the best game ever made. So coming up, we're going to be utilizing a technique. So typically when you grapple onto one of these points, Rita can only descend. You can hold your position with Y, and then you can drop off with A. However, if you hold your position, hold a direction, and then mash A, you're able to, let's make sure I don't die. You're able to be grounded for just a second and be able to input a jump. So you're not supposed to be able to jump up like that, and that cuts off having to walk around the perimeter. So coming up, we will be entering the Toad's bedroom. Lore update, we are stealing the ruby from him. So we're stuck in a tiptoeing state, so we can't jump, but we can still sidestep, and that is the fastest form of movement, just kind of doing some stretches.
I feel like I'm watching a Lego game with that tiptoe movement.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, she's moving here.
She is moving. It is important that we're using the left side step and not the right, because the left side step is, you can cancel it 2 frames faster than the right side step, so.
So you're telling me lefties are superior to righties?
I guess so, if you're avoiding tiptoeing. There's a lot of like minute like time saves, so we're gonna be utilizing another grapple jump here. We would die to fall damage, but we are able to be in the animation of pulling this Corgi statue, which we need to reveal the ruby.
Can I jump in very quickly to say that we just passed 7777777?
Let's go.
Very satisfying.
Who are these guys?
That would be Whitey and Spike, respectively, in that order. But we don't care about them right now because we have a grind rail section, Sonic Wishes. Yeah, surprisingly not sponsored by Soap Shoes, but we are able to grind. So this is pretty hands-off, pretty just automated, just jump left and right.
I did wake up this morning, and I'm not still sleeping in, right?
Yeah, exactly. Every time that there's like every time there's like a bump or a lip in the pipe, Kuro does take damage, but it's actually faster to just take the damage.
Yeah, there's enough these little rubies that aren't the ruby, but that's our health. That does restore our health. So as long as we're not one, I did have to jump over the first one, but other than that, we are pretty good. Oh yeah, the little animation glitch there.
Why are her feet so sensitive to the bumps?
Don't worry about it. So anyway, boat time. So this is the third play style, I guess. So, 2 rats in a boat. So this would be a tutorial level. We do a bunch of tutorial teaching us how to maneuver the boat and then have a chase sequence after. But we'll be doing a little something that we call the Flying Dutchman. So we're gonna be very slow approaching this wall, hopefully slow and close enough. So we want to set a checkpoint there. So as you've seen, because I have died, there are checkpoints that you're given throughout the level, and that's where you're put if you ever die. There's no way to reduce our HP here, but we can get ourselves beached.
Why can the boat jump?
It's just it's jammy
movement.
dodger.
So yeah, if Kuro is like just on land for long enough, he will die, which is exactly what we want.
Yeah, so that we wanted to die. You saw that we were kind of going into the wall there. That is the essence of the Flying Dutchman. For whatever reason, if you have very slow speed and your next, or I guess if you just have very slow speed as you respawn, you don't interact with collision on the boat. So we're able to phase through the wall. It is a little precise in order to be at the right spot of the wall. You can't be too fast or else Rita will just kind of be pushed out again. But there's something very important outside is what we're getting to. So yeah, the boat can in fact jump. We'll do,
This defies physics.
This movement is on par with Celeste and your Mario Odyssey type games.
You're killing me.
All right, still too
Your boats
fast.
don't jump? My boats all jump.
I'm being gaslit again.
So yeah, we need to so I guess that time was just of going a bit too fast. So I'll try and slow down a bit and hopefully we'll get this down pat. But in the meantime, as we're setting up again, hi Kara.
Oh, hello. I have a very special donation to read. $25 from Millicent Bystander,
Let's go.
who says, when the cat's away, the mice will play. Good morning, GDQ. As one of the big workhorses of the Flushers, seeing Flushed Away on the big stage as a main event is truly crazy. While I'd love to have been there, Kuro is the best pick for running this game. What once started as an ironic little challenge over 7 years ago has transformed into my lifeblood and a great community of Flushing enjoyers.
Thank you, Millicent. That is the world record holder, and he lives and breathes Flushed Away.
There we go.
There we go. All right. So now you can see we are out of bounds. We're back in collision, but we'll be. Yep, the collision sure does work. That corner likes to have a stick there, kind of like Garfield Racing if you ever played. But anyways, look at this load screen. What happened? We are at the very end of the level. We are at the final straightaway of the level. So we skipped the rest of the tutorial. We skipped this whole chase sequence going down the sewers. I believe this is a developer exit that they put in just for testing purposes to get to the end of the level. So yeah, they put it right out of bounds and we're able to reach it. So that saves about 5 minutes.
What if it isn't a developer exit and they put it there for the speedrunners?
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard to tell what they did and did not intend with this. This is a very well-made, like well-loved game. There's a lot of soul into it.
It's a perfectly coded game.
Now we're in the Race with the Rats Part 2. So this is where we gain access to the rest of the boat's things. It does have weaponry. So this is the crayon crossbow. So this is a section. There's 4 waves of rats we need to beat. This is Fat Berry, a favorite.
If you didn't say that was crayon, I would have just assumed it's a blue Nerf dart.
Does have that look. So yeah, it starts with 1 rat, then 2, then 3, and then back down to 2. So how this section works is that the next wave only spawn at certain points. So like at this point, like I could have killed them later if I wanted to. You'll see when the next wave pops up, they'll just pop in right there. Each rat takes 3 hits. These I need to get 9 hits in here. So definitely starting out, you definitely get a feel after enough practice of being able to shoot these guys down.
So I guess theoretically you don't have to be like perfect. You just have to be as fast as someone who is perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can kind of imagine it like, Super Mario Bros. Like frame rules, except it's a really slow bus that only comes around every so often. This is the last wave, so the faster you can beat them, the faster you'll be out of the level.
Wow, that was like the Sly 3 boat chase, but good.
So yeah, there's not really too much. Now in the pause menu, whenever we're the boat, we can access the weaponry. We don't really need to use the weapons for anything, but it will be useful later on. It'll be our little mouse-ka-tool for later. But here we are in Escape the Lair. We start out very high, and we need to... There's a lot of cutscenes. We're supposed to be being chased around, but we're trying to avoid all the cutscenes. Got that cutscene, unfortunately, but... Oh, no, I got the cutscene, but then I slid off and died, of course.
Perfectly
sorry.
made game.
My mistake. So anyways, we're trying to avoid the cutscene that time, and since we are masters at descending, instead of taking fall damage, we can grab onto this wall, unless I don't make it and hit the kill plane. They love putting kill planes in this game.
Do you think they have enough kill planes?
They were able to put so many kill planes because this game doesn't have a live system, actually, which is pretty innovative. We wouldn't see that for a few more years to be added to platformers and things, but yeah. Got onto that wall, so now we're gonna do a little something funky up here. So on the last rope, there's a cutscene on the floor down there, so we're going to instead just, go through the floor a bit. Since our abdomen is going through the floor, that counts as us walking.
I'm sorry, did you grab live electrical wires and you survived?
Yeah, we could turn those off, but that takes so much time. So we're gonna hop on this fence, hit this propeller point. So this all avoids cutscenes. There's a ton of cutscenes of just rats appearing from elevators and whatnot to try and hunt you down. But now we have escaped the lair, but now we are entering the follow that girl section of the level. Rita will be running away from us in the boat, but we need her to get back home. So yeah, we'll just be...
quick time events in my
Yo?
GameCube game?
They have everything.
This game is perfect.
Yeah.
This game is perfect.
I mean, I don't know. How many Roddies do you count on screen right now? There's one on the top left, and then the one I'm playing as.
Yeah, Moss, don't you think that there should be more Roddies on screen?
I think there should be a ton of them.
A ton of them. Oh.
Well,
I have great news for you.
Yeah. So not all the glitches we find in this game are useful for speedrunning purposes. Sometimes they just do that. So yeah, this is just here for the rest of the level. So enjoy the next 4 minutes.
See, now the game's getting good.
Yeah, but
Look at that handsome fellow right there.
I see there's 3 Roddies, but egg on my face. Kara, I forgot to get you one, but hold on, we can fix that.
Would you like one, Kara?
Do you even have to ask? I'm dying for one.
Also, it stays on cutscenes, but anyway.
I have great news for you.
Welcome to the new UI element at the bottom of the screen.
Oh my God, it's exactly what I wanted. How did you know?
Also, this is a DreamWorks game, so everyone hit your best DreamWorks pose, like the eyebrow and everything. So yeah, this is the follow that girl is what this level is called. So we have an arbitrary like running goalpost at the bottom. There's no way to catch up to her. Like we've like tried. We have like a cheat engine that we use in order to like teleport and like, you know, which helps a lot with glitch hunting and things. But yeah, this is just an arbitrary timer. But you know, we're speedrunners, so it doesn't matter too much. Here's another quick
More
event.
QTEs.
If we don't get more UI elements, I'm gonna be so disappointed, Kuro.
I'm doing the best I can, but hey, that still does stay on cutscenes, so you know it's
So
still
stupid.
good. So Rita has her grappling hook. Roddy's thing are these propeller points, these orbs.
Orbs?
These colored orbs. So blue and purple send us horizontally, and orange and yellow send us vertically. Generally speaking, unless we have to chain over a like long gap, the blue ones are slower, and we can just instead just make it with our double jump. So fun fact with our double jump, it's not like a mid-air jump that you can use at any time. It's only 1 second after you do your first jump. So that's the only time you can input it, otherwise you just lose it. So it does make platforming a bit weird. It takes a bit to get used to. Here's another part of RNG, the garbage cycle. It also, we believe, is a global timer, so just sometimes it'll line up and we just go right in. There we had to wait a bit, and
I love
in
it when
order
you.
to
I love it when you
pass through.
position Roddy so that he's facing the camera, so that all 4 Roddies are staring. directly
Yeah,
at you.
all of them. Sorry, I don't want to trash on the best game ever, but why only 1 second after you jump can you double jump? Like, what the heck?
I'm not sure. But yeah, it makes a section like that pretty difficult. So we jump on the side in order to avoid a cutscene trigger. So yeah, it does take getting used to of knowing that like your double jump is a very limited resource that will go away.
I just want to say that was the most mellow orb I've ever heard at GDQ. There's an orb here. Orb.
You know, it's still early.
Do you think we can see about as much screen as an MMO player or more?
It's just not enough HUD elements here. You know, honestly, this image of Roddy is just burned into my vision at this point. So, you know, I just hope I got it. I, just can't tell. It's just, I always see him wherever I go.
He's gonna haunt me tonight.
He's in my dream.
Yeah, his disembodied torso.
He literally cut off. He don't got no legs.
Don't got no leg. Anyway, to explain that, so whenever you pause, the image of Roddy comes up. And if you do that right as you cross a checkpoint, as it would set that, and then unpause, it freezes that image, and there's no logic after you respawn for that to disappear. So it's just here until either I pause again or the level unloads.
I love how the shadow is part of the ping.
Yeah,
Like, I only just realized.
we love a drop shadow.
You mind if I jump in with a quick donation?
Yeah, of course.
This one is fascinating to me. We have $25 from Silver, who says, donating to upgrade Dark Forces to all secrets. Years ago, my young cousin started saying that I moved through the world, quote, like the rat from Flushed Away. And I'm hoping this run will shine some light on what they meant. What a specific thing to say to
If
your
you have
cousin.
the movement of Flushed Away, that's a compliment in my eyes.
I also want to know what that meant.
Move through
Like physically, emotionally, spiritually,
All
moved
of the
through the
above?
world.
I definitely move spiritually, like Flushed Away.
Maybe that was just the kindest way of saying you're like a British person or a British rat.
Oh, dang. My condolences.
Wow, euphemisms these days. All right, so we're coming up to the end of the level. Unfortunately, that means the Roddy on the right side of the screen will go away. But there's a bunch of cutscenes you have to skip. When you skip cutscenes, you only skip like a section at a time. So he will just pop up from the black every now and then. But yeah, we have successfully escaped the layer and followed that girl. So now Roddy and Rita are reunited, and this is where the game derails from the movie. So fun fact, this game came out like a week or two before the movie came out, and they advertised it as such. They're like, play the game, then watch the movie. So yeah, it's kind of like when like a manga, there's an anime of a manga, and then the anime catches up too fast, so they just kind of have to figure things out. So here we're saving orphans. This
is like your Game of Thrones season 8. You know what I mean?
So yeah, this is we're saving orphans. This is a very long boat stage. Well, compared to the last boat stage where we just skip things.
Orphans, eh?
Orphans, eh?
Orphans, eh?
Yeah. So boat movement. There's a lot of tech involved with that. There's obviously we can jump. The jump doesn't just send us vertically. It's dependent on the angle that the boat is at. So if you do it well, you can have it so your jump will send you forward, and that's a lot faster than the typical boat can go. We are on a timer. I think the orphanage is flooding right now, and we need to drain it. So that timer next to our Roman candles. As you can see, there's a sideways 8. That's an infinity symbol. Because we skipped the tutorial of the boat, it never turned off our infinite bottle rockets, so we just have as many as we want.
I'm assuming we're saving orphans to show that we're good guys, because I have yet to see any reason why we're a good guy.
Yeah, you just have to do it. This level is called a good deed, so it's just kind of,
Oh, a singular good deed, so everything else we do is like morally correct.
Exactly.
It balances out.
There's
It's
a
like
lot
the
of
save the cat moment. And
Yeah.
save the
Yeah.
orphans.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone needs to understand that like Rita and Roddy are not like great people.
Of course, they're like British, right?
Yeah.
Kuro, you mind if I jump in with a quick update?
Yeah, of course.
We are $1 shy of $5,555 on this Star Wars Dark Forces All Secrets incentive. So we still have about 95. Oh no, I can't do math. Oh no, I was so confident that I could do math.
It's okay, it's early. None of us will be able to do math.
$9,500. Yep, I'm almost positive that's right. And it might seem like we've got a lot of time to hit that incentive, but it is going to fly by, folks. So make sure to get your donations in and mark that Star Wars incentive.
Whoa, fly by? Is that a reference to the fly jar level?
I tried to sneak that in. I tried to do some brand integration.
Did you like a jar of flies?
There wasn't a jar, so I'm gonna give that a 7 out of 10.
Well, I have great news for you. We're gonna do it again later.
Yo,
We do go back to that area.
will they have a jar this time?
That's up for debate.
No, actually, so yeah, we're supposed to collect more flies, but Roddy heard eradicate all Brazilian spiders, so, pretty easy. They sound about the same.
As one does.
I'm sorry, can you explain that to me again?
So anyways, back to the boat. There's a lot of, so Millicent is really good at doing the boat tech, like dolphin diving, boat boosting. He also made a TAS of this game, and you can get some wild speed with the boat. However, you can also get stuck really easily. So before we abused being able to get stuck on land and then dying, it is a huge time loss if that happens. So I am taking this boating section very safe. We do have many Tony Hawk Pro Skater moments because we'll just fly around if we hit a ramp weirdly. But yeah, as we go down the sewer river, any other donation messages?
We've got so many. People are loving this run. People are clearly huge Flushed Away fans.
Flushers, if you will.
And I will. We have $20.06 from Chip and or Dale. And they say, happy Flushed Away Day at HGDQ, y'all. Congrats to Kuro, Oz, and Moss for being able to showcase the game here after years of work. There was someone else I was trying to think of, but I'm drawing a blank. I believe he said his name was Millicent Bystander. Congrats on this milestone. Here's to bigger and better things for the Flushed Away community in the next 7 years.
Let's go. Yeah, if you want to be a flusher, we are a very dedicated community, if that wasn't obvious enough. We do have a Discord server you can find on speedrun.com. If you want to, start running, help find new glitches, we still have some holy grails. There is a load zone at the out of bounds of this area as well, but we don't know how to get there. But it would send us to the end of the level, so if anyone's looking for some glitch hunting, or just there for the vibes, because, flushed away.
I can't.
I'm there for the vibes. I don't run this game. But I am in the Discord. I like keeping up with stuff there.
I can't wait to get home and play this game for the first time because I do have a PS2 copy. I just haven't touched it.
The PS2 is the inferior version, though, as long as
I've been told, but like, you know, the Retro Game Store had one copy for GameCube and one copy for PS2. So I got the PS2 copy while my friend got the GameCube copy, you know. I realized that was my mistake.
pulled the short straw there.
Y'all mind if I sneak in a few more donations?
Yeah, go for it.
We have $5 from Speff, who says, I miss Roddy's disembodied torso already. I do too. Feels lonely without him.
He needs his legs.
We also have $10 from Dreamer MB, who says, $10 for the 10-year-old me who is obsessed with Flushed Away, and would repeatedly play through the whole game as fast as I could just to play my favorite parts because I didn't have a memory card. Shout out to the runner. It is the best game ever.
It truly is. So you may remember this area from the second level. The difference is a new area unlocks, and this is where Arachne lives. So to all the Flushed Away movie buffs out there, you may not recognize that name. This is an original character made for the game specifically. It's a Brazilian spider. Her main traits are having a bunch of children who we have to fight and eating her husband. She's on her 8th husband, Edmundo, right now, so that's
You know
fun.
what? That's girl boss behavior.
Yeah, so we have to ride this elevator up. There will be Arachne spawn. There's these enemies. We stay out of detection range of the one on the right, so he'll just be vibing there.
He just wants to show off his shoes and socks.
I don't like the way he's moving right now.
He's moving.
So yeah, we do have to, this is gonna be our first boss battle where we will be using the combat. Our best DPS is the standard attack into spinning. That will deal 1 and then 3 damage for a total of 4. However, there's a lot of cooldown on that move.
So what you're telling me is this is like Jack and Daxter.
Basically, I don't see any difference.
I think Jack and Daxter is like this, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Every game really just derives from Flushed Away when you really break it down.
Yeah, like a Half-Life 2, Flushed Away.
Kingdom Hearts took from Flushed Away.
A lot of people
Roddy's-
don't know this. Half-Life 2 started as a Flushed Away mod. That's true.
That is factual.
Do not fact check that.
No one would ever lie on the internet.
So this Arachne, we abuse her maternal instincts by throwing her eggs, and she, you know, catches them to save them. And while she's putting them back to safety, we're able to wail on her. This is typically a 2.5 cycle. Hopefully we can get a 2 cycle. If we get in her way and just, yeah, so there we go.
Is she wearing stilettos and pants?
She sure is. So that was, we were able to stay in front of her, so she was unable to move towards her destination. So yeah, once that's cleared, we get a new sword / toothpick. If we get a whole like cutscene about it, it does nothing different, but I guess it's
green.
cool. But anyway, now we are coming up to the longest level in the game called Running the Gauntlet. It utilizes all 3 characters. And it is like done like perfectly. It takes like 10, 11 minutes. So it is a lot. However, we found something very interesting. I think 4th of July, 2 years ago, was when everything came together. So at the beginning of most levels, you know, a checkpoint is set. So if you die on that level, you are sent to the beginning until there's a new checkpoint in the level. Makes sense. There is no beginning checkpoint for this level. There's one at the end of the tunnel, and there's no way to die before then, so I mean, effectively, it doesn't really matter. However, there is actually a way to die. It just so happens if you interact with this spot to go into the fishing minigame, change into the weaponry, then go back, you'll break from the cutscene camera. So we're unable to move, but we can still jump. So if we jump as the arm retracts, we die. But there was no checkpoint at the beginning, so where does it send us? Well, we're back in the hub world, so we're going to talk to the guy, get the mission for Running the Gauntlet, and we'll go to the boat to continue.
Wait, you're telling me this game has a fishing minigame, so it's also an amazing RPG.
Exactly.
Stardew Valley has nothing on this.
Yeah. So what's
Final
the
Fantasy 15? Nothing.
So what's the point? We just went back in time, right? Well, for all intents and purposes, we are still considered in that level. So when we go to the boat here to progress, the game will doesn't check where we are, it just checks move to the next level. So since we're on that level, it skips that 11-minute level, and now we move on with the rest of the game. So that was like our big holy grail skip.
So you're telling me Zelda took back in time from Flushed Away?
Exactly. That is exactly what I'm implying. Yeah, so now we are playing Castle Siege. We're forced to play this mini game. This is, if you read the box, it does say that this is a 2-player game. You cannot control both Roddy and Rita with like your sibling. You can only play this game and take turns.
Wait, Castle Siege, what is this, Fire Emblem?
Exactly like Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem stole from Flushed Away yet again. So this is apparently what the football soccer fans do in their free time. They play this Capture the Flag minigame.
Oh, Germany's turn. Whoa, Germany's in this?
Okay, that's fine. We have the homing crayon. So anyway.
Wait, you can't just say that.
We have the homing crayon. So if the catapult, they are able to knock back our catapult. We were able to move it in order to be in a more optimal position. It is possible that the catapult does have like a AoE attack range, so it could hit multiple flags if you do it right. But you know, we got the homing crayons, as you do.
As one does.
Yeah. So now we're on French frog legs. This is where we deal with the hench frogs and le frog. So we play with Rita first. This is probably Rita's best level in terms of just showing off her movement. There's a lot of grapple points. Again, she can see very far, so we're able to avoid many things.
Do you think Persona 5 took that from her, being able to see far and grapple?
I think so. So as we, live out our dreams as the Phantom Thieves, do we have any more donation messages?
Absolutely. We have $50 from Chell Wong, who says, Glitch Hunters, can you find more ways to add more Rodney staring at us? I hope so.
We do need that.
I would love anyone who finds more
What if we had
Rodneys
4 Ritas on the screen at the same time?
Fortunately,
wait.
it's not possible, but...
4 Ritas and 4 Rodneys.
It's not possible yet.
Yet.
Glitch
You're right.
Hunters?
Sorry, I didn't mean to be such a doubter.
We also have $50 from Fempress, who says, this run has got me to learn to love Flushed Away. Great job, Kuro.
Thank you. So that was the end of the Rita section. Now we switch to Roddy. The frog's T-posing right there for a second. Don't worry about it. How most bosses work, most bosses change phases based on damage, but he is specifically changes based on the times you hit him, so not based on the damage specifically. So if we hit him with our quickest move, the little fencing strikes, he'll move on to phase 2, where instead of sticking to a wall and sticking his tongue out, he will just fall down and start cartwheeling at us. So this is much faster than the other phase, so even though it's less DPS the way we did it, this is faster overall by getting him on that phase.
I can't believe Sly Cooper stole having a frog boss from this game.
Can I jump in with a quick donation?
Yep, go for it.
We got a great idea here in the donations. We have $6.15 from Rex, who says, how about a £5 sterling donation train from my fellow Brits in Twitch chat? Put our money where our mouse, rat, whatever is. And I think that's a great idea. There's been a lot of shots fired at our overseas friends in Britain. So if you've got some great Brit facts, send them in.
It's okay, I still love you guys.
All right, so this is the final level. This is the Amphibian Dawn, where we put a stop to the Toad's nefarious plans. So his thing is he loves his liquid nitrogen, so he'll throw flasks of liquid nitrogen at us. We're gonna bait him into...
Certainly that's an OSHA violation.
Where does he get such tiny flasks to hold his liquid nitrogen? Because they are small animals, I should remind people
I think
of this.
it's next to the home and crayon section, if I remember correctly.
Did they just go to Home Depot and find this?
So, yes.
Oh, you don't know about the homing crayon section in Home Depot?
No, I haven't been to
That's why they call it Home
in a while.
Depot, right? For the homing devices.
Yeah, exactly.
So true.
So, so we're switching off between Roddy and Rita. Rita now has to beat up those hench rats. So they each have a weakness in this room that we need to exploit in order to be able to hit them. So the first one is Fat Barry, and we activate Cold Shower, and he falls over. So Rita is a bit inferior in terms of combat to Roddy. She has better range with her bungee cord, but while she also has a spin attack, it does 1 less damage, and it also doesn't have a forward hitbox. It only hits behind her. And she auto-targets, so it's really hard to get that backwards hitbox. It is possible to get a 1 cycle, but it's very hard to do. We're going to utilize a thing called effect stacking. So Timble knows Ted's weakness is the camera flash. So I activated another one as he got hit by the first one. So as the first one wears off, he'll be hit again immediately by the second camera flash. So it's, you know, looks like a 1 cycle, technically 2. This is Lady Killer. We need to remove his toupee. Hopefully, no, I think I pushed him off. But ideally, you keep him on the vent so his toupee will fall off. But
Can I just say, being hit by this grapple looks so painful.
yeah, it does not look nice.
I can't believe this is also a boss rush game.
Yeah, so this is the final Roddy section of the game. He will, this is like, as he said, it's not like the obstacle course at home. We will be able to do another skip. So what we're supposed to do is, you know, walk around the vents and be able to, you know, make our way up to the toad. But if from here, if we line up with this like little lip, we can do a very similar thing of clipping through the floor like that. So that skips having to like walk around. We do need to go back a little bit to load the rest of the level. And yeah, so the last thing that Roddy needs to do, there's a spinning fan. If you go to the left, you're able to turn it off. However, there's no hitbox, so we can just go right through.
Perfectly programmed.
That's the end of Roddy's section. Now we are on to Rita. So first we need to drain his liquid nitrogen supply. So we do that by getting to this console here, moving this joystick, I guess, grappling over here, landing on the button, and pulling down the lever. So Rita typically has a wind-up animation whenever she uses the grappling hook. However, if she's falling, that animation is skipped. Rita, thank you. So that animation, it gets skipped. It's just so, like, I assume they did it so, like, when you're platforming, like, you won't accidentally fall into a kill plane as you're grappling. So it is faster than waiting for the wind-up animation. And we will be using that against the final boss. So this is the final boss. Time will be coming up after the screen flashes white and after we hit him 6 times. So there's 1. So we use insta-grapples in order to instantly get our grapple to the liquid nitrogen flask and then immediately pull down his platforms. All right, I guess she didn't want to target that.
I know I asked about the flasks, but I didn't really question how they get liquid nitrogen in a sewer.
All right, and this is the final hit. So once the screen turns black, that is time. So yeah, Flushed Away is definitely a brutal game. You know, I was going for risky things, and you know, fortunately, not all the tricks turned out. So sorry for going over a bit. Just you know, final words. Just want to say that Flushed Away is my first speed game. I literally made my username, my Discord, Twitch, YouTube, specifically for Flushed Away. So my entire online personality would just not exist without Flushed Away. Wouldn't have met people on my couch, the wonderful people watching me, anything. So, you know, my call to action is, you know, maybe try out Flushed Away. It might change your life.
I'd be happy to have you along.
That's it for me. You know, if you're watching this, you are an honorary flusher, but feel free to join the Discord as well. But that's it from us. So thanks for having us. Flushed Away, not an awful block. And yeah, have a good event.
Do you want to be my first mate?